Another great show coming your way on today's Golden State Warriors today. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the show. And Dub Nation, can we come together? Can we get to 60,000 subscribers with this video? We're 164 people away. If you want to be a part of the Dub Nation family here at Chat Sports and a part of this momentous train that provides Warriors coverage nearly every single day year-round, hit that subscribe button, and in turn, you become a smarter Warriors fan. So at the end of the day, you win, and you're a part of the movement. Hit that subscribe button, and let's start the show. This is Golden State Warriors Today by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Sr. Let's take some of your questions because a lot of you have them, and it's our job to provide answers. And frankly, we love chopping it up with all of our loyal subscribers. First one coming in from Eric Stroman. He talks about the bench unit here for Steve Kerr. CP3, Moody, Kuminga, Saric, McGee. That is a perfect bench. So you're talking about and operating under the premise that Golden State signs JaVale McGee, and we did talk about that the other day here on the channel. My boy Harrison Graham stepped up to record that video, and I agree. I think it would be smart for Golden State to sign JaVale McGee. What's the downside? He's going to be cheap. He gives you size, familiarity with this organization. He's been a part of some winning clubs as well. The Dallas Mavericks earlier this week officially waived JaVale McGee, so he's free to sign with any team. Did struggle a little bit with the Dallas Mavericks, but that bench unit right there, I like it. It's pretty deep, it's well-rounded, it's versatile, and at the end of the day, with McGee, he gives you that much-needed size. Character. More I look at it, the more I think Chris Paul is this year's D'Angelo Russell. Just an asset to maintain the overcap situation and win. When we can trade him, we will. I'm not going to compare Chris Paul to D'Angelo Russell because D'Angelo Russell, good stats, bad team player who's very inefficient. Chris Paul, leader, always been a part of a good team and plays a winning style of basketball, whereas D'Lo doesn't play a winning style of basketball. Could the Warriors look to trade CP3 at some point? If it doesn't work out, or if they think that trading him maximizes the roster as we approach the NBA trade deadline, they could use that to their disposal, and every good business will look to flip an asset if it means that they can get better. But Chris Paul, more efficient player, very smart player, big for the Warriors culture this year. I think you're going to see a change in style between what he brings you and what Jordan Poole brings you, but I don't think he's going to be as bad and inefficient as D'Angelo Russell. I see where you're coming from, but CP3, better fit for this team in my opinion. Herrera with this one. DeMarcus Cousins would be best. He's a nice guy. He's not all that bad. He's the answer that we need. He played good with Denver, and Coach Kerr said and knows that. Stephen A. Smith said the other week that he thinks DeMarcus Cousins right now would be a top 5 big in this league. I'm calling cap on that. I disagree. I don't think that he would be a top 5 big. Do I think that DeMarcus Cousins deserves an opportunity to play in the NBA right now? For sure. He's better than a lot of backup centers out there. He can shoot the rock, handle a little bit. I like his swagger. I like his confidence. Some teams are turned off by that. I'll take a dog over a sheep. And DeMarcus Cousins is a lion. And I like how he approaches the game of basketball. He's not scared of the moment. And I like the versatility that he brings you as well. So DeMarcus Cousins, another one of those cheap, affordable veterans who's played with the Warriors before. Level of familiarity important. And he would be embraced by the current crew that the Warriors have as far as their core goes. Would you sign Boogie? Excellent nickname as well. S for sign or P for pass. We transition to Richard. Bismack Biyombo, the best option. Explosive offensive player. He can grab a rebound, play defense, has a great basketball IQ. He's the best overall player, and he is the most mature. Maturity is something that he does have, and then you talk about the other elements to his game. He can jump. He's explosive. He can run the floor. He can protect the rim, and that's a player that you don't really have to worry much about. Played with some winning teams the last couple of years with Phoenix, and you look at what he's done over the last few years, Hornets, then with the Suns. You know, if he could give the Warriors about 5-6 points per game, 4 or 5 rebounds, a block or so per night while finishing around the rim, it's Pretty damn good right there. And Bismack Biyombo, another one of those options that, look, if the options are out there, if the options are affordable, what's the holdup for Golden State? I simply don't see what the holdup would be. If you want to bet on some NBA futures, NBA season's going to be here before we know it. And college football is back tonight as of Thursday. BetUS, our sportsbook partner, the best place to wager on a game and the best deal that any sportsbook has to offer. Promo code CHAT125. Use that link down below, chatsports.com/bet, and you get a 125% deposit bonus. You put in $100, you get $125 back, $225 to game with. And you look at the 6th Man of the Year odds, familiar name coming in right here, Chris Paul, 5th best odds at 14-1. That means you wager $1, you get $14 back if he wins 6th Man of the Year. And I think that CP3 kind of has some momentum in his favor to win 6th Man. It's like from the national media standpoint, he embraced his role as a 6th man. The Warriors are really good once again, and he put up awesome numbers. What would that second unit be without CP3? He could win that award for sure. Good bang for your buck with that prop bet, in my opinion. Lethal Mountain. Hopefully I pronounced that right. If I didn't, I apologize, brother. Why do we want a big so bad? I honestly think that Looney, Green, Saric, and the rookie, Trace Jackson Davis, I think that's his name, are honestly going to be more than enough. We've won 4 rings this way. So they have won 4 rings without size, without like great size. And before the Warriors were winning rings, you know, they had David Lee, then they had Andrew Bogut, and now the modern day, and when they've won these titles, Kevon Looney. But you look at some of the other bigs in the Western Conference on top of the bigs that are on this Warriors team. You know, Domantas Sabonis, Nikola Jokic, Anthony Davis. Those are better players who the Warriors don't have the size or the bodies to really compound what they do well. The Western Conference is like a pretty tall conference here. And we saw against the Los Angeles Lakers, the lack of youth, the lack of juice, athleticism, length, and size, that was a big problem in that series against Los Angeles, where Golden State, over the course of that series, couldn't really keep up. So, from our last viewer, doesn't think the Warriors need a big. Do you think the Warriors need a big? Clearly, a lot of you do, because we've gotten a lot of questions on that. Why for yes and for no. 214 Silk. Silky smooth. I like that. The profile picture looks silky smooth as well. I still say go get Christian Wood. A lot of chatter with the Los Angeles Lakers with Christian Wood or the Miami Heat. He's a walking 15 to 20 points per game guy, but everywhere he's gone, there's been like locker room questions with him. That's what I don't get. Now, if there's an organization that can get a guy on track to be a part of the Warriors culture, it is Golden State with Christian Wood. Young Wes. So the tournament games are just more meaningful regular season games to get a medal or a trophy. I'm sure teams will just treat this tournament and the importance of it as a regular season game then. Yeah, like, I'll tell you this. Kawhi Leonard, just because it's the mid-season tournament and there's an opportunity to make like an extra 6 figures, if he doesn't want to play, he's not going to play. I frankly think that it's a bad strategy. I don't agree with it. If I'm Adam Silver, I'm not trying to adopt a very European soccer type of model. I hate it. It doesn't increase the value of the regular season. What increases the value of the regular season? Less games. You go to 60 so that each regular season game means a little bit more. It becomes a little bit more competitive. You don't have back-to-backs to save players so that they don't have to worry about load management, and that's what I would do. Young West, appreciate that. Terry Thompson. I think they should sign Dwight Howard. He can hold the middle the best. So, yeah, like Dwight Howard, you look at what he did overseas this year. Dwight Howard, Bismack Biyombo, DeMarcus Cousins, JaVale McGee, they're all kind of a part of that same category. Christian Wood separates himself because he's clearly more gifted and a lot younger. But we'll round out with this. Like, pick a player that you want the Warriors to sign here. McGee, Wood, Boogie, Dwight. Let us know down in the comment section here. A lot of you are asking about bigs because you clearly believe that the Warriors need a big. And I see where you're coming from because I've advocated for that as well. Last one, Yai Yosefs. Jonathan Kuminga will thrive on the second team with CP3, feeding him assists for dunks and threes. I personally think that will be CP3's greatest value to the Dubs, unlocking Kuminga. Talked about that plenty on the show. And I totally agree with you. I think that Kuminga, he's drafted at 18 years old. He's still, 20, 21 years old. When you look at, like, the body type of Kuminga, tall, long, athletic, has explosiveness to his game. He can shoot the three, put the ball on the floor, backdoor cutter, screen and roller. A guy who can really do it all. And, I really am going to stand by the Jaylen Brown comp that I had for Kuminga coming out of the G League. Go back and watch Jaylen Brown, who's now a max player when he played at Cal. Moved the same as Kuminga. Was utilized the same as Kuminga. A high flyer dunker who could defend. And Kuminga has those elements to his game. I just think that maybe he's a slower developer as compared to Jaylen Brown. But that's why I'm not giving up on him yet, because I'm bullish on the ability, because it's all right there, and I'll bank on Golden State to extract the best out of him. We're on the road to 60,000 subs, as I mentioned off the rip, 164 people away. Can we get there with this video? It'll make me happy and producer Jack happy, and it'll make you a smarter Warriors fan and make you happy in turn as well. Hope you're all having a great weekend. We'll catch you next time here on Warriors Today. Thanks for watching.